Hello, Kim.
Hi, Inga.
How are you today?
Well, thank you.
So,
All
Kim,
is good.
great. So, Kim, you're the founder of Ttop, which
Hmm.
is quite innovative because it's a t-shirt that basically allows you to wear nothing with you. Only your t-shirt and everything can be hidden inside.
That's right. The
It's
idea is no purse,
yeah, and
hands-free and no purse, and all the stuff you need is there and secure.
what a marvelous product. So,
Thank you.
how did you come with this idea, basically?
It was really personal need driven. I was heading on a trip to Rome with family in tow, and I didn't want to carry a purse because, first of all, I like my hands free, but mostly I was just worried about pickpockets and all the rest of it. And and I was literally looking at my body in the mirror, going, "How can I tuck things away, but still be discreet when I uh, take them out? Like, how can I do this without making a spectacle?" And I just sat down at the sewing machine and came up with ways to really put the pockets where they work for a woman's body as opposed to just random pockets. It was really a whole process of, okay, so where can we hide it here a little? This spot won't show, and how can we hold it in this way? And it was a whole process, but really driven by personal desire, personal need.
Yeah, what I find amazing in this product that it's designed by women for women. So
Exactly.
basically, you have this need, not don't carry with you anything like more than yourself. Don't want to bags anything else. Just how can it be comfortable and at the time look nice, right?
Exactly. I mean, guys get to walk out of the house with their hands free and they just shove a few things in their pockets, usually shorts pockets, and it works.
Huge
But
pockets.
but but cargo pants don't work for women. They look terrible. They don't hold things securely where we need them. So I sometimes say to people, this is like the cargo shorts for women, except way cuter.
Yeah, so I find it amazing the fact that you came with this idea and then you had enough of energy and passion to put this product on sale, like develop this product, find the right designs, the right colors, and then start selling it, right? So how did you start this business, basically?
It was a process, and it started slowly, but it was a real drive in the back of my mind that this could be something that was really, really different and could work. And I started slowly, but I found I actually tried to work with a designer. I was in North Carolina at the time, which used to be a clothing capital in the States before it all moved offshore. I found a designer who I thought would be able to help me, but I couldn't get the idea from my head into her head. So in the end, I literally sat down at my own sewing machine and figured it out till I had a prototype that worked. Then I found somebody who could help me make it into a manufacturable design and do all the patterns and that sort of thing because I have no background in fashion or design at all. So I found that person. It took a while to find a factory that was willing to work with me, but I did eventually find a small woman owned factory in North Carolina that really helped me get off to a start. And I found some initial success at shows face to face because it's a product that is not obvious. It has to be described to somebody. The consumer has to be educated.
Mhm.
So all of that was a process. Then personal life took me through five moves in less than 5 years and to another country. So that kind of slowed things down. Had to find a new manufacturer in Canada, which has turned out to be great.
Mhm.
Then the pandemic hit. That changed all the face to face things that were starting to work for me. But I think it's persistence. You just have to keep at it. It was an idea that each time I got it in front of the right customer,
Mhm.
proved itself over and over and over. There were women who would just go, "This is what I've been looking for all my life. I don't even need to try it on. I'm buying it." It's so instant reaction to filling a need. So I was getting proof of concept, and I was struggling with how to actually make it grow,
Yeah.
right? How to make it grow, because the shows and that sort of thing is not sustainable long run. It's too exhausting. It's too hard. It can't be done. So I was trying different ways to get online. Um, and I was not happy with the people I would work with doing the advertising. I don't know whether they just didn't understand my product well enough, or they didn't understand my customer, but I just wasn't getting the traction that I needed online, and I was just spending money and horrified. So yeah, I gotta say, now that I've jumped to this unit of working with you, Inga, um, it's made all the difference, because it's given me a method that I can count on. So even if it's not working, I know, okay, I can go fiddle with this. I can see this. I can tweak this. Maybe I reach my customer this way. And it's helping me to see how I can transfer that face to face personal experience that I get at the shows to the right audience online, and finding an audience that I couldn't find just at the shows, for sure. So, yeah.
Amazing. So I wanted to a little bit dig deeper into your experience. Like your first experience with a customer, when you found your customer, was a show, right?
Hmm.
Physically need to be
Yes.
present, explains the products. So it's quite easy. I mean, it's you, yourself, your story, and then she touches the product, she can wear it, and the sale is done. Then
Correct.
you try to go online. What was the main challenges that you uh, like that you faced in this, you know, search period when you try to find something that works for you? What was the main challenge for you?
So many challenges. Uh, the complexity of Facebook.
Hmm.
It can be kind of daunting to do that if you have no familiarity with that at all. If you're not willing to take on the challenge yourself, finding someone who you trust to work with, extremely hard. But in terms of the customer, I think getting the right creative has always been difficult. And then where to find that customer online.
Hmm. So what did you try before coming to I'm Fashion? What did you try to put in place to make it work online?
Online,
Hmm.
uh, basically, I had tried doing some advertising, just going in and choosing it just wasn't directed. I just tried doing it, throwing up visuals and creative that I had. I think that my copy story was pretty good, but I don't think my creative was great, and I certainly wasn't finding the audience. Didn't have a method to find the audience. Didn't understand how I should be doing that.
And when you like now you're saying that you had some kind of guidance methodologies that works. Uh, what I would like to understand the difference of thinking. Like before you came to I'm Fashion, you was completely sure that maybe there's a Facebook ads that I need to fix. But what was real experience like? Is it only Facebook ads that you needed to be done, or is it something else that helped you to find your client online?
So what was the difference in my way of thinking? First of all, some knowledge. So comfort in how to use the tools was huge. Also, the idea of uh, almost detective work, coming at my client and where she might be online sideways. So before I was doing a direct approach, okay, she's going to be in this income bracket, she's going to be in a this age bracket, blah, 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 as opposed to coming at it from, okay, so she's a traveler. Maybe she's looking at guidebooks, for example, or maybe she's using TripAdvisor to check things out. Those are two audiences that are in my really good performing production campaign right now. So that was kind of a sideways
Mm.
way to come at it. And I had never really understood that before. So that was a huge thing, the detective mode of where is she online.
Thinking about lifestyle rather than age or just a number, you know?
Right, right. Thinking about who she really is and what she might be doing while she's preparing to go traveling. I know what she's going to use it for, which is travel, but what is her, what is she doing online about travel where it might get her attention? And then the other aspect was the creative. Um, that was painful to get initially. It really was painful, but now the videos that I finally got um, are great because I could just cut and splice and redo them, but I've got a lot of material to work with now. But that initially, even figuring out how to do it was not easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to go back a little bit,
Hmm.
talk about your journey, right? Because you came to the program with a kind of existing website.
Yes.
You had some pictures, etc. I remember when you joined, you had some doubts about, is it the right way to show my brand like this, with this website, with this kind of pictures, etc. We had some discussions like this around your positioning, image, etc.
Yeah.
Then you kind of
Yes.
disappeared. You worked with Clotilde, I think, and other coaches to help you figure out how to build better website, better message. And then you
Yes.
come back to me, and then this is where we start working on your Facebook ads and traffic, and it was like
Yes.
immediate reaction of the market. Everyone wants to buy your t-shirts, basically. Now it's a
Right.
must, right?
Yeah.
So this process, uh, before you go to Facebook ads, what did exactly you build before you went to this, Facebook creative, etc.? There's something happened in between.
Well, my website was terrible. It really
I
was. It
didn't use
was
the word, it's your words, but I
it
mean,
was not great. It
it was not
needed it
perfect.
needed help. It
It
was
was
not
not
perfect.
perfect.
So the website definitely needed help, and a big stumbling block really was just every technical aspect of it. And I think part of that is the confidence, because it can be overwhelming if you're not from a tech background or working with these programs every day. There's a huge learning curve, and then there's also the stylistic learning curve. Again, I'm not from a fashion background, I'm not from a style background. I do have marketing, but old world marketing, basically, old style marketing. So uh, that was all tough. Going through the process of really trying to get in touch with my brand was helpful, and finally just getting to a new website theme and realizing what it could do for me and the tools that it offered and opened up, and then working with Clotilde to get the style that I wanted with that, and really the vibe and the sense that I wanted people to have when they hit that website, um, was very, very helpful. You're absolutely right. The sales now with Facebook would not be happening if I wasn't sending people to a website that was converting like this, that actually spoke to them. So that was very necessary.
Yeah, I think there are some fundamentals that should be built before you go to Facebook ads. And this is important to understand because many people come to us saying, hey, I just need Facebook ads and traffic to my website. But in reality, they should start with essential, which is understanding the client, like you told, like
Mm-hmm.
your
Yeah,
lifestyle. How can I think about her when I create my creative and ads?
right.
And then how my website shows the exact image of this thinking that I have in my head. This is so difficult to make it like real, like your idea becomes a reality, like you see it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's not, it is, it's a process because you really have to think, okay, it's not just showing your client on the website, it's showing your client what she wants to see on the website to get her to see what it
Design,
can do for her.
yeah, I design.
So it's two different things. It's not just, I mean, I couldn't take pictures of my clients and say with them wearing the shirt and say, hey, buy this, because that's not what they want. They want kind of the vision of what it does for them. So
And if we talk a little bit about results, like I know that you've done several shows that went quite well for you because you made some sales there. And now it's been maybe a couple of weeks or 3 weeks you're running ads and it's like working, right? You get
mhm.
3, 4, 5 orders every single day.
Yes.
So what would be like your results before the program and now? I know there's still a lot of time like for you to get the best of it, but you're just starting to get all those success. But I'm interested in your impression of before and after.
So when I was running it primarily by shows and then follow up email and that sort of thing, it was a big bump. I get 5, 10,000
Mm,
at a show sales, but then almost nothing.
mm.
So it was very chaotic, very hard to plan, pay the expenses, and kind of have enough traction to plan the expansion. What's great about the online sales, again, it's only been 3 weeks, so I need to make this keep going. But
Yeah.
being able to count on a steady revenue just opens up all sorts of different things that I can do vision wise. Like I'm just now starting to think of, a few more options that I can give based on customer feedback, things that, people are really looking for when I see them face to face. Couldn't afford to do that before because I couldn't even afford to get the fabric and have spend the money on the people who are going to do the test pattern for me, etc.
Mm.
So that's a great thing. The vision for growth is enabled by having the steady income, the steady sales.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Uh, so what would be your like next step? What do you think to do for your brand?
Okay, long-term vision or midterm vision, that's next step. Right now, I really want to get it stabilized. I would love to be able to do like 15,000 a month, stabilize there for a little while, get systems in place so that I can facilitate the next level of growth.
Mm.
Because even that is going to take structure to be able to the handle fulfillment of that. And I'm working across 2 different countries and stock and all the rest of it. So if I can get up to that, stabilize a bit, really get structures in, then there's really no there's no limit to where this could go.
Mm.
I don't know if you're familiar with the brand Untuck in the States.
No.
It's 2 guys who started a brand with for shirts. They only have one product concept, and it's shirts for men that look good when they're not tucked in.
Okay.
And their name is Untuck It. Um, and they're a multi-billion-dollar business now. Like they're just huge. And there's absolutely no reason that this couldn't
Exactly.
be huge as well, because it's a single product concept, yes, but it's one that appeals to so many people and can have so many spins off of the same variation, right? Right now I have one basic style, but there can be other styles. There can be different styles. There can also be Ttop for kids, Ttop kids,
Yeah.
Ttop men. There can be all sorts of
Right.
spin-offs on this one concept.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I think this could be a huge brand, whether it's me who takes it there, or whether it's something that I, partner or sell to some, an established company. I don't know yet, but my next step is to really get it at the place where I can show that long-term sustainable potential, and either move to it myself or with someone else.
This is amazing because I think it's a next level thinking for you right now. Because when you started your brand, you was like survival mode. What should I do now?
Yes,
Who can help
yes,
me? Where can I get some fabrics? Where is the next show is? So I need to prepare myself and go there,
correct.
do my stuff. And now you're sitting on your couch and like, yeah, I think I will have a big company with all those people around me, and I will come up with men, kids collection, etc. I mean,
Yeah.
this kind of thinking you can get only if you have this visibility, because you have sales, you have some kind of understanding how you can generate those sales, right? And then you can think about, okay, what's the next step for me?
The vision to do that has always been there. Like, I have always had the belief in the product,
Mm.
particularly when I kept getting confirmation of concept over and over and over and over again. So my belief in that ability and my kind of background plans have always been there, but it's only now that I'm starting to get some consistent sales that I can start thinking of, okay, how do I actually put this into place? How do I really lay out the path for this to happen? So yes, that is huge. It's a huge change in how I'm able to think.
Mm. And I really invite you to think like this. I think it's a good way of building something, even if you cannot touch it, have it yet. If it's already in your vision and you know that it's the next step, it will be totally true in some time, right? There is no reason. Cool. So if someone asks you, I don't know, what do you think about I'm fashion, and is it a good way to start making sales online? What would be your answer?
I would say that if you have a clear idea of what you want to do with it, that it is definitely an excellent way to go. And I'll even confess to skepticism at first, but I was really looking for something that would give me a comprehensive package of the steps, and
Mm,
that's something that I Am Fashion really does, and does well. In uh, in some ways, I wish I had spent less time at certain points, because I really spun my wheels at certain points, but perhaps that was necessary anyway. I think maybe sometimes there's just some grind and pain that needs to happen to be able to get to the next step, whether you want it or not.
mm.
Um, so yes, no, I think the structure is great, and uh, the methodology is fabulous when we get to this at all stages. Actually, really good methodology. So yeah, I definitely think it's a good support system for sure.
Amazing. Thanks, Kim, for being here, for trusting the process, because it is a process, as you told. Some points can
Hmm.
be, difficult to overcome, but it's like you told before, it's all about persistence. Never
Yes.
letting go, never trying to say, okay,
Yeah.
it's not for me, I'll stop here. It's really about your desire to succeed and persistence, because it's just a knowledge, right?
I have a little sticky note on top of my computer that says grind it out. And it's just to remind myself that there are times when it's just not feeling great, but just grind it out and just do it. And then, eventually get to the fun part,
Exactly.
where I get to put my stats for the day into the KPI line, and I go, oh yes, it's still working. That's great. So I kind of do the stuff that I have to grind out first, and then I reward myself by putting all the fun stuff and into my tracking sheet. So yeah. So yes, persistence. And you know what? It's been a long time that I've been at this business.
Mm.
Um, but yeah,
How many
keep
years
it.
you've been in the business?
So the first concept was actually 8 years ago.
Mm.
Um, then I would say to finally where I was, relaunching it and really making an effort would have been um, just after the pandemic, during the pandemic, and just after when I so
And you sell
so
mostly
it's
in
been a while.
US, right? You sell mostly
I'm
in
sorry,
US. Do you sell mostly in US?
U.S. and Canada.
Okay. It's a big, I mean, even for Facebook ads, it's a big territory to cover. So you have
I don't do Facebook ads in Canada right now. Canada sales are just repeat customers and shows, and
okay.
the U.S. is where I'm focusing the Facebook ads on.
Amazing, Kim. Thanks for being here, and
My
lots
pleasure.
of lots of luck and victories with Ttop.
Thank you, Inga, and thank you for everything. Thank you, honestly, for your support, and I appreciate where I'm getting to at the. So thank you.